Hey, welcome to the Talkies.
A little kazooie there.
Hi, welcome to the Talkies. Is that better?
Hey, welcome to Talkies.
Let's keep it quiet.
Well,
We're going
just,
ASMR.
Just keep it quiet.
This is the Talkies, and today we're going to talk about Knives Out by Rian Johnson.
Rian Johnson. Sorry.
Jeez, dude.
Acclaimed filmmaker Rian Johnson brought us classics such as The Last Jedi. See that bait? See the bait?
I'm not taking it. I will not take it.
Get that bait?
D, don't do it. D, don't do it. D, don't do
You
it.
want the bait? You want to talk about Last Jedi? No, we're here to talk about Knives Out.
Stick around for Star Wars Hour.
Well, when Star Wars 9 comes out, we will talk about Last Jedi.
4 hours.
4 hours.
And
yeah.
we will talk about Last Jedi today.
Today,
It's
also,
gonna happen.
anyway. Ryan Johnson.
Knives Out.
Also did Looper.
Looper.
Also
Looper's
did.
a cool movie.
Looper is
Did
pretty neat.
Brick, which I have not seen.
I
I've
haven't
seen Brick.
seen
Brick is actually really cool.
Brick is cool. That's what I've heard also.
My taste profile says I would be interested in Brick.
Also directed.
Then you should see it.
I should.
Also directed some of the best episodes of Breaking Bad. Ozymandias. Specifically.
Yeah.
And the
can
controversial Fly.
He can direct.
Yes, he can.
Fly is one of my favorite episodes. So to all you anti-Fly people, I have one thing to say to you.
Can't do an inside joke.
I'll say it off air. I'll send it to you in an email.
Email.
Yeah.
Email them.
But this is Knives Out. A whodunit mystery.
And it was great.
Murder mystery.
It was awesome.
great.
It was great.
I loved it.
It was fantastic.
Spoilers.
This is going to have all spoilers all
Yeah.
time.
Yeah,
I got that.
The answer is
We got
he
that.
did it.
He did it?
Yeah.
He did it?
Ryan Johnson did it?
Ryan Johnson did
Captain
it.
America.
Captain America did it.
Cap did it.
Hey,
That's true.
something neat about this movie.
Tell us.
You get there? Do you know how to drink from these? Something neat about this movie. In whodunits or in almost any kind of mystery where you're trying to find out the murder, you usually go for a red herring, right? You put up someone who really seems like they did it.
Yes.
And then you say, just kidding, right?
Yes.
And there's a lot of older movies that play into that trope.
Yeah.
And this one was really cool
Harry Potter does that.
because it was the red herring, basically.
Yeah, the movie
Yeah, they're
itself.
like, look at this guy.
Right.
He's a jerk and he has a motive.
And it was
And he did it.
Right.
Yeah. But it was also kind of interesting how they revealed...
His actual death.
No. They reveal... Oh, right. Yeah, they reveal his actual death.
First act.
Yeah, very early on. So
Yeah.
it kind of...
That blew my mind. I'm like, well, now we know who did it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not a whodunit anymore.
It's not who done it.
Yeah.
And it turned back into a whodunit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but once it
was-
became more complex.
It
later
was
on.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun.
And he did such a good job of making you just utterly dislike everyone in that family.
Everybody.
Yeah.
All of them.
From all types of life, too. All
Yeah.
walks of life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A bunch of different kinds of people.
Yeah.
It was funny.
I was
And
just-
it was funny. I laughed a lot.
Yeah.
Daniel Craig was great.
He was great.
I really like
His-
that.
his
accent
character
is
was-
absurd.
Yeah.
Yes, it
that
was.
was pretty hilarious.
Yeah.
I almost I expected him to just break out of it at the end. To just
Yeah.
not talk like that anymore.
He was like right on that line of being too absurd.
Yeah.
To where it doesn't work, but he didn't cross it.
He didn't.
didn't feel
Yeah.
it.
No.
I
yeah.
don't think he did either. I actually think it was funny how his character started out as very mysterious and you're kind of like, oh, he knows
Hitting
what
the
he's
piano
talking
key.
about. Yeah, like he
awesome.
knows exactly what he's talking about through everything. And then as it keeps going, it's kind of revealed that he's more like just flamboyant and kind of just being
Yeah.
showy.
Yeah, he's
and
just
not
showy. He's just
actually-
dramatic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's not actually like an amazing detective or anything like that.
He's
But
a
he
detective.
does figure it out, but
Right.
he becomes a lot goofier than you'd expect.
Yeah. I like that.
The mysterious Sherlock Holmes detective trope is slowly dialed up in absurdity as the film goes on
Right.
with this character.
I loved that scene where he's waiting for Marta in the
He starts singing in the car.
in the back where he's completely shrouded in
Yeah.
shadow.
yeah.
Oh, that was cool.
And then and you can only see his smoke from a cigar.
Yeah.
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 That was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. He really does start as like this badass character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then by the end, he's like a cartoon character.
Yeah, where he's talking about donuts and stuff.
The donut line was awesome.
That was amazing. I was like, this. It wasn't written by Rian Johnson.
It was.
Yeah.
No, he co-wrote.
Well, it said written by and the first credit.
It did say written and directed by.
Yeah. That donut line was hilarious.
That donut line
It was
amazing.
hilarious. Yeah.
Yeah, because he kept playing into it. He kept saying that there's a hole in this case, and then he kept going, and then when it's like going to be the big reveal, it's not revealed in a fun way, or it's not revealed in a cool way.
Yeah.
It's revealed in a kooky kind of way.
The analogy like falls apart.
Right.
But he keeps going through it.
It's like there's a hole in our donut hole, which means the donut hole is actually a smaller donut.
We are the hole.
We are the hole.
Harlan.
Harlan?
Oh, yeah. Harlan Thornberry.
Thornberry.
That's it.
It's a crazy name.
Yeah.
He was the most interesting character I've seen in a movie for a long time.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he was really
Like,
cool.
He's literally he knows his death is imminent, and so his dying wish is to concoct a plan to protect his caretaker, and he slits his own throat to try to pull it all off.
Right.
I'm like, this guy's amazing.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, he accepts his doom and is like, I need to help somebody who's going to unjustly be convicted of like manslaughter.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was quite awesome. I had a bit of confusion in the beginning because was it the housekeeper that discovered him?
Yes.
So the housekeeper and Marta looked a little similar, and that was weird in the very beginning.
Yeah.
They separated them later,
That
but
threw me off. Also, the woman who the dude was cheating with, they only show the back
they only
of her
showed the
head.
back
Yeah.
of her head.
So the first time I thought that was supposed to be Marta as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah. And that little plot line also kind of like it concludes obviously at the very end, but
and it's never brought up.
yeah, it's just like introduced and then forget about it for the whole movie and then conclude at the very end.
Right.
I don't think it was bad or anything, but it was just
I wanted more from
think it'd come up faster.
the kid from It.
I did too.
Yeah. Nazi.
Yeah. All right.
I loved
Alt-right.
that
Yeah.
he was like this super alt-right kid.
I liked that he just kept to his phone the whole time.
Yeah.
I loved that.
That was interesting.
Yeah.
This movie has a very funny car chase in it.
I loved the car chase.
Yeah.
It was so dumb.
It was very dumb.
And you're
yeah.
also like, gee, and then they say that. They're like,
Yeah.
that
They
was
say
a
it was dumb.
stupid car chase.
Yeah.
That's like the first thing they say.
That dude, the black cop, is in.
I've seen him.
Sorry to bother you, main guy.
He is in. Wow, he
Yeah.
is.
Oh!
Yep. Yep.
He's in Atlanta, and plays a really great character in Atlanta. But because I've seen that, man, I totally forgot he was in Sorry to Bother You.
That's funny. Yeah,
He's a great
I didn't connect
actor.
that. Yeah, he was awesome in this.
Yeah.
I thought he was perfect.
Yeah.
And the sidekick cop who's just like geeking out the whole time.
Right.
Hysterical.
It's funny how he was bothered by his nerdum
Yeah.
throughout it.
He's like, no, I haven't read your books. And he's like, I have. I love them.
Okay, this is something. I just saw Ford versus Ferrari over the
I'm so sorry.
Thanksgiving weekend, and it's a movie on paper that I would really love.
Man's movie.
Yeah,
It's a man's movie, right?
For men, by men, for men.
it's like porn for men.
Manly
for men?
porn?
Yeah,
That's not a thing.
yeah. It's like porn, regular porn except for men.
Oh, I've been looking for that my whole life.
Yeah, that's exactly what Ford v Ferrari is.
Look no further.
I just get so sick of seeing women in porn.
That's what I'm saying. No, okay, so in Ford versus Ferrari, this movie, it doesn't have originality in it. It feels like it's made by a committee, which is funny because that's what the theme of the movie is about. Is about the individual versus the committee.
Yeah.
And Rian Johnson's movie here, Knives Out, feels very. I can feel him. I can feel Rian Johnson in the movie. I can feel like a vision.
You feel not only that, you feel like he's having fun.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like Rian Johnson's in his playground, doing what he wants to do, as opposed to another movie. Can I mention it yet?
It's not time yet.
Okay, fine. Go on.
Yes. Frozen 2 is another one that I saw over the weekend, and it has the same problem that Ford v Ferrari does, where we have this conglomerate behind it. It's not a single vision. It's not a person. And what that does is it deflates the movie, makes it unoriginal, and makes it not very enjoyable. And I think the reason why it's not enjoyable is because there's no single vision coming through. There's no single entity that you're interacting with.
Yeah, I mean,
it's like a
the larger the committee behind the movie, the more diffused the passion is.
Exactly, that's what it is. Yeah,
and how general the movie will be too.
Right.
Yeah. Frozen 2 sucks.
Yeah, it's not very good.
I haven't seen it.
It's not very good.
Yeah, Rian Johnson is definitely a good filmmaker when he has complete control within his own universe.
His vision.
Yes.
Well, and I think that's exactly what the disaster of Last Jedi was, to tiptoe into Star Wars territory for a moment.
That's fine.
He wants freedom. He's like a creative freedom guy. He thrives when it's his own playground, right? And then someone said, hey, you want to make a Star Wars movie? Well, no one can say no to that, apparently. So he says yes, but then he gets into this playground, and you're like, there's all these rules of here's what Star Wars means and what it means to the fans. And he's like, I can't do this. I got to throw all that junk away and completely do something different.
Well,
make it mine.
Even so, he didn't really, was the thing. Like, it was a goofier Star Wars, and it still didn't feel like Rian Johnson, though. It wasn't like...
It still had... You can't get rid of the baggage.
You're getting weighed down.
He couldn't make it his own.
Right.
He just took a painting that wasn't his and then finger painted
on top of it.
He was like, all right, here you go.
It was like a fight.
A fight?
Yeah, it was like a fight between Star Wars and an artist.
Ant-Man had kind of the similar problems with Edgar Wright and whoever directed it, whoever ended up directing it.
Peyton Reed.
That guy.
Yeah, and Edgar Wright left in disgrace.
Yeah. Or Solo.
And Lord and Miller left in disgrace.
Yeah.
But what's weird is, for whatever reason, Rian Johnson was given complete, total creative freedom.
That's a weird thing. It's like, why
but he still has the baggage.
Why was Kathleen Kennedy like hands off with him,
right?
But not with those others.
Well,
Kathleen, we trust you.
Well, that was Kevin Feige on the Marvel side. Oh no, sorry, that was Solo. Solo is different.
Yeah, and something similar happened with Rogue One too.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right.
Yeah,
yeah.
So
what's his name?
Yeah.
So for whatever reason, Rian Johnson's vision for Episode 8 was in line with what Kathleen Kennedy wanted, at least. What else is there to say about Knives Out?
I loved all the performances. I especially loved Chris Evans.
I loved
Chris Evans was freaking awesome.
He was great. Who was...
he needs to play more heel characters. And why did he look so freaking young in this?
He was
his
dressed,
hair.
Yeah.
Because the last time I saw him, he was aged up to be 100 and something.
Yeah, probably.
And now he looks like he's like 19.
Yeah.
Who's the Hereditary lady?
She's
good.
She was great.
Barbara.
I know her name.
Fran.
She
Noelle.
She had an awesome
Toni Collette.
Yes, her.
Toni Collette.
She had
she killed it.
Like the coolest part in here. Yeah.
Yeah, I loved
her character was awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, it was funny because she was like, she while being just kind of toxic, she was still like the least toxic. Like she was the most well-meaning toxic person.
She was I felt like she was far left toxic.
Yeah, she was more. She was more of a
like everyone needs to forgive everybody for everything kind of thing.
Yeah. She like makes herself the victim of the world by being volunteering to be the doormat. Kind of person.
Yeah. I loved how they brought SJW stuff into it and neo-Nazi stuff.
That was amazing.
I loved all
Yeah,
that.
that was really well incorporated.
Yeah.
It's so easy for that kind of stuff to be like really cringy.
To be be
but-
terrible.
Yeah,
It was, like,
they made
really natural.
several references to very current
Current events.
events
Yeah.
Political
and culture
stuff.
Cultural
Yeah, they even
moments.
wow, they even talk about border stuff.
Yeah, they straight up talked
There
about
was
Trump.
there was a Donald Trump reference.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
So
crazy.
brave.
And it was good though.
Bold.
It was actually good.
But yeah, it was
Yeah.
it was
It wasn't
extre-
like
very-
what are those?
Now-
Yeah, it
now
was
the
well
movie's
incorporated.
dated.
What?
That movie's dated.
Dated
That's-
itself.
Yeah.
Now everyone's gonna
God
know it
forbid
was
we
in
ever-
2019.
Yeah, we ever know
That's
that
a
it was.
2019. So 2019.
I don't, when I'm watching a movie, I never want to be able to tell
No.
when it was made.
when it was made. Never.
That's a good point.
Yeah,
Yeah, which is why The Irishman sucks.
that's true because I can tell it was made right now.
Exactly.
The Irishman did kind of suck though.
It did though. You know why? It's because it's not cinema.
Could have used some superheroes.
Could have used a lot more superheroes.
What can we
What
say?
kind of pizza?
about
What can
Knives
we
Out?
say about Knives Out?
What kind of pizza was Knives Out?
Honestly, our reviews of movies like this are always the hardest
Yeah.
because it's just like, yeah, that was cool.
What was cool about
Like, there's
it?
nothing to
That was
argue
all
about,
fine.
you know.
So I would say when
There's nothing very profound to like dissect
right,
either.
Yeah.
right. So in a movie like Inception, you might talk about the plot. In a movie like Ford v Ferrari, you might talk about the script. Frozen, you might talk about the committee. This one, you talk about the director, and which we already did. So
Yeah.
And there's nothing really to critique.
not really.
And
Honestly, it's like
yeah,
close to a flawless movie.
It's really well executed.
Yeah.
Really well done.
very
Yeah.
very well done.
I have like no real qualms with
Yeah.
this film.
It wouldn't be perfect to me just because it's not my complete taste.
Yeah, that's the only thing for me. It's
Yeah.
like
Missed it by that much.
yeah, but it's only because it's not
If it
what
had
it is.
some
Right.
over the,
Right.
if it had some over the top violence,
Yeah, if it had like extreme gore, if it was more interpretive,
yes, definitely that.
that would be more my jam.
If it focused solely on visual storytelling, solely,
That sounds terrible.
and
I hate
and had an
visual
amazing
storytelling.
score that didn't tell me how to feel,
That's the worst.
That is the worst.
that would be the
worst.
best movie.
When a score is
And
like,
if it had Matt
"Oh,
Damon
I
in it.
feel this way right now.
See,
Well,
that's
it's the
just
worst.
that kind of score is terrible.
I hate that.
When it's like feel this way,
Dude,
and I'm
you
like,
gotta feel this way now. It's time to be sad.
Knives Out is for me pretty much as perfect as a popcorn movie can be.
Yes,
That's how
yes.
I put
It's
it.
the cream of the popcorn movie crop.
Yeah, where you go to the theater,
creamed corn.
go to
Yeah.
the theater, get some
Get some
like popcorn.
like verging on like art house, but not crossing that line.
Not yeah, it doesn't cross the line. It's like you go to the
I
theater.
kind of wish it did.
That's why. That's what I mean. Like I. That's because I like those kind of movies more than
Yeah,
popcorn.
I like
movies.
pretentious movies.
Yes, I like movies that pretend to be deeper than they are. That's what I like from a movie. So this is the kind of movie where you go to the theater, you get some popcorn, you put some nacho cheese on the popcorn, and you go into the theater, you sit down, you start munching it. You're munching and munching and
In
munching
other people's
it.
ears, though. Right?
Yeah, you go
Making
into
a
other
mess.
people's. Yeah, just making a huge mess.
Very messy.
You forget napkins,
You're like,
and so you're like, oh man,
nacho
you're just
cheese.
rubbing it on your, but it doesn't quite get off. So you kind of like reach the person in front of you,
Guys, we're missing
and
the
you put it in their
we're
ear.
missing the real question here.
What?
What kind of pizza
What kind of pizza is this?
is this
Pizza.
This is the easiest rating of all time.
movie? It
So
really
easy.
is. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a delicious warm pizza just delivered.
Warm?
Hot
Hot.
pizza.
Is it hot or is it warm?
It's look.
Where is it on the
Look,
temperature
it's
scale?
cool enough to bite it.
But is it warm enough to be satisfying?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like right in that.
But it's not
sweet
hot enough
spot.
that it burns.
Look, it's just a good pizza, guys. It's just a good
Toppings?
pizza. All right.
Pepperoni?
It's whatever toppings you like.
It's pepperoni.
That's not a rating.
That's not a rating,
what,
dude.
What toppings do you like?
Look, it's a Dia pizza.
Okay.
Meat lovers, which has no real meat,
That sounds gross.
and fresh out of the toaster oven.
Sounds terrible.
That's my jam right there, dude.
I respect that.
Thank you.
I don't.
Thank you. You know what? You know what?
I do. I do know what.
That's what makes life so beautiful.
That's true.
Is that we can disrespect each other and respect that. We can respect our right to disrespect each other.
I don't respect that.
And that's beautiful.
No.
You see?
No, I don't respect that you think that's beautiful.
I know.
I firmly disagree.
Let's wrap this up.
Thank you. That's what makes it beautiful. Right there.
Let's wrap up the pizza.
This is a pepperoni pizza from Mountain Mike's.
Very good.
I'm going to actually say exactly that. It's great pizza. It's a great movie.
Great movie. Way to go, Rijo.
Woo! That was a rough one.
That was so rough.
That was an
You know what made this movie better?
unhinged episode.
Is if
if
the knife
there was more lightsabers.
Is if the knife was real at the end and she died.
That would have been crazy.
It would have been a great ending.
That would have been insane.
That would have been a terrible ending.
That would have been awesome.
That would be
She
bad.
just dies, and then he goes to jail, and the rest of the siblings get the inheritance.
Actually, it doesn't go anywhere because she doesn't have a will, so it's forfeited to the state.
It can't go to no, it'd go to next to kin, wouldn't it? Can't go
but
to. But can't go to her mom
Right.
because she's illegal.
Right.
But she had a sister.
Oh, okay.
The sister would get it.
There you go. Goes to his sister.
Yeah.
What
Good
a
ending.
great
What a great
wrap
ending.
up.